students, standard 9 subject social science and chapter number 2, First World War and Russian Revolution. Students, whenever we are completing the chapter, you must go through all the worksheet of the last chapters that we have completed. You just take a glance on each and every worksheet. That will be helpful for you for the revision session also. Now today we will begin a new chapter, First World War and Russian Revolution. Before start this chapter, I will tell you one thing, that this chapter was divided into two parts, we can say. First World War, what are the effect of World War, what are the factors for the First World War, and another one is that Russian Revolution, what is happening in Russia and how the Russian Revolution began. So the entire chapter is divided into two parts. So first of all, we'll talk about that how the First World War emerged. So the European nations, Western European nations wants to establish their colonies and to expand their rules. So they started to capture the territories nearby that areas. Slowly and steadily, they are capturing their neighboring countries as well as their neighboring areas, and finally, after taking their grips to capture the different territories, they want to expand it more and more. So slowly and steadily, they were entered into the Asia and Africa continent to expand their colonies. So it is called colonialisms, or you can say colonialisms. So you can say to capture their colonies into the Asia and Africa, how they were entered. So these chapters begin with this. To enter into the you can say Western Europeans entered into the Asia and Africa continent. Now, so shall we start this first topic, or you can say first segment, that how the Europeans came to Asia and Africa and how they were captured the different territories of these countries or continent. So our first topic is that Western European colonialism in Asia and Africa. Western European colonialism in Asia and Africa. Now, first of all, Western European nations, for example, many Western European nations came and they were expanded their rule, or you can say they captured their territories. In that, Spain came and they were captured the Luxembourg and many parts of other countries also. Even the Portuguese king died without his head, it means will. So the Portugal come under the, you can say, Spanish rule because of their blood relations. So after saying that their rule was expanded, they entered into the Asia and Africa. Now finally, how they were begin their journey in Asia. So our next topic is that colonialism in Asia. Now, after catching, or you can say captured India, the England entered into the Bangladesh, Myanmar and Sri Lanka also. In that, after capturing these areas, they were entered into, England was entered into China also. But in China and England, they will be having the opium trade. Opium trade. So this opium trade, so whenever they will be having the battle, or you can say war between England and China, in this they will be having opium trade. So this war was known as Opium War in the history. Opium War in the history. And when the China lost in this battle, the England gets a huge strength, or you can say grip into the entire China. Even the China lost its 5 ports also. Slowly and steadily, Germany and France also captured some of the portion of, you can say, China. After seeing the weakness of China, other countries also attract towards the China to capture its territories. So students, colonialism in Asia was happening in this way, we can say. Now next one is that colonialism in Africa. First of all, Dutch captured the territories of Africa in the end of the 15th century, and after that the Dutch was successful in capturing the African territories. So the King Leopold of Belgium, they were also come towards that. Even though Germany was captured the east and western territories of Africa, so finally we can say the Africa in the same way which like India, Africa was also ruled by the different European nation. So the colonialism means what, that how the European nations expanded their rule or make their colonies. How we can say colonies also, why? Because whenever they came, they will be having the trade, they will rule that area and they expand their colonies. That is why it is called colonialism. This word is came from the colony, or you can say colonialism. So here, after taking the grip over Asia and Africa, then the seeds for the First World War happened. But how the First World War happened? The question arises in our mind that because at that time what happened, many European nations come to the different, you can say, countries or territories. Now what happened, they all will be having a huge competition between them. That is why the seed for the First World War thrown in this way. So our next topic is that which are the factors for the First World War, that we will see. Now, factors that caused the First World War. First of all, we can say factors. Which are the factors that why the First World War came, you can say, broke out? So, first of all, First World War is considered the, you can say, a remarkable, unforgettable events in the world, because in this the entire world has to be doing, we know that, economically as well as physically, or you can say materially also. So the First World War was began on 1st August 1914. On 1st August 1914, the First World War was began. But before that, we can say Germany had defeated France in the Sedan War, and according to that, Germany has to sign the Frankfurt Treaty. Frankfurt Treaty. Now, in this, according to this Frankfurt Treaty, in we can say that 1871, Frankfurt Treaty 1871, the France had to give away his two provinces to the Germany, Lawrence and Alsace. These two provinces was captured by the Germany. Now, the France was, we can say, economically ruined. Now, in our language, you can say it's a totally zero, because France has to give each and everything, because according to that, Germany has defeated France, so France had to give the war fine. Whatever the war fine will be having, that France has to be given to Germany, even though two provinces of France had to give to Germany. Which one? Lawrence and Alsace. Now these two province was given to them. So now Frankfurt Treaty itself was the first factor for the First World War. Why? Because due to this treaty, we can say the World War was began. Now we know that France cannot humiliations of these things, because due to this Frankfurt Treaty, the name, or you can say fame of the France throughout the world begins decline. So these humiliations cannot be handled by the France. So the first factor we can say that Frankfurt Treaty, but we cannot say that first factor. It is, you can say, starting of the first factor for the First World War. Now, which are the factors for the First World War? So we will see that first number is that economic factor. Economic factor. Now, economic factor, or we can say that economically. Now, first of all, we can say England was expanded its area, or you can say colonies in 19th century in Asia. They will be having good trade relations in Asian countries, and they will be having a good strength and grip over the Asian countries, or you can say in Asia. Now Germany, it means European nations also wants to came, and they were want to having the trade relation with Asian countries. So there would be a competition between England and Germany. But what happened? Why the economic factor we can say? Because at that time England is become a rich and prosperous because due to its you can say cruel policies that we have already learned in the chapter number 1. Due to that policies England became prosperous, and now European nations came or entered. They were you can say provide a raw material that is cheaper than England and France. It means Germany, look at that, Germany provide raw material which is cheaper than France and England. So now due to that only there would be a clashes between England and Germany, and they will be having the enemy of each other. So it is the first factor, economic factor of the First World War. I think so that factor is clear, because in first factor, just take a glance on it for economic factor. In 19th century, England was having the good trade relation, and England become prosperous due to its harsh policies in the Asian countries. But European nations came and they provide raw material which is cheaper than England and France. So there would be a clashes between England and Germany. So it is the you can say third court competitions between England and Germany, and it's the first economic factor responsible for the First World War. Now the second factor for the First World War is militarism, or you can say yes, militarism. Now militarism is the second factor for the First World War. How militarism? Sometimes a questions arise in our mind, how the militarism is responsible for the First World War. So the answer of this question is that how militarism become the factor of First World War. So just see that economic factor we already understood. Now militarism, it means military and you can say forces will be needed for the expansion of company, or you can say European nation. So just see that the name of these countries, it is must require. First of all we can say England, France, Russia and Austria. These four nations expanded their military power. It means to become a stronger, they expanded their military power. While on the other hand, Japan, Italy and Germany, now they make that military training compulsory in their nation. Here they became, you can say, increase their military power, where here it makes that military training compulsory in that nations. Now due to that, what happened now, the you can say making weapons production is increasing. It means for example, if we want to secure our nation, so what we can do, we can increase our military strength, we can increase our weapons, like all that things happen. So the serious atmosphere was created, and this militarism was added into the economic factor, and this importance leads to the First World War. Now students, third factor for the First World War, and it is called groupism and secret treaties. You know that the word groupism, it means to make a group. Sometimes in class also we find that the groupism is going on, and due to groupism sometimes some of the students are rival of each other. So groupism, you just see that due to groupism the first world war happened. So it is our morality is that not to make a group in our, we must have to be united. Now groupism and secret treaties in the sense plan, secret plans. What are the plans? Due to that only first world war happened. So groupism, before the first world war the entire world was divided into two groups. Before the first world war the entire world was divided into two groups and the atmosphere was created like a war. So which two groups are there? We can say that. So on one side we'll be having Germany, Austria, Hungary and Bulgaria. On the other side we'll be having England, France, Russia and Japan. Now just see student, the entire, it means most of the countries of the world is divided into two groups. Now it means they will be having the hatred with each other. Now after the dividing into the two groups, these countries, the hatreds, mistrust, fear, jealousy, that will creating among themselves and it leads to the first world war. Because now these groups are, you can say, become a rival of each other. And you just see that due to this groupism, okay, it is the major factor for the first world war, because we know that due to groupism now if one side they will be having the number of countries, so that group become stronger, so it can be easily exploit the other side of the group. So here groupism and secret treaties make a major role for the first world war. Now students, next factor, fourth number factor for the first world war is feeling of fierce nationalism. We need to understand the word fierce. It means too cruel or harsh. Understood? Now these words come to later part of the explanation, so you just remember that fierce means cruel and harsh. Now we can say that after the independence of or you can say unification of Germany and Italy, the nationalism was created in the people. As you know that nationalism is must require in each and every people. But in Europe, that thing goes to be in wrong way. For example, it's into narrow mind that nationalism means that they are teaching something different thing to their people. For example, I have written two words here or 2 points over here. First one, leading European nations began teaching extreme and destructive nationalism to its people. Look at the word. Then you can understand destructive nationalism. It means now European peoples are feeling of not nationalism, we can say it's called jealousy towards the other nations. So the European nations began to be teaching this destructive nationalism to its people. They taught to their people is that love for own nation and hatred for other nation. That was taught in the European countries. It is too dangerous. Love for own nation and you can say hatred for other nation. And due to that only, the German chief Kaiser William, he wants a world leadership. He was very ambitious. He wants the world leadership, and that he wanted, you know, that he wanted to do each and everything according to his will, and it's directly connected with the First World War due to fierce nationalism. Because the Kaiser William wants a world leadership, and he was ambitious or over ambitious, and he wants whatever he wants according to his will only. So that is why his narrow-mindedness, this created the First World War, atmosphere of First World War. The fifth factor for the First World War is role of newspaper. As we all know that, because we are familiar with this word newspaper. Every day in our newspaper also we get the different news. But for your kind information that whatever the news is printed, okay, it not be, we can say with surety that it 100% right, because the, you can say, owner or organization of that particular news, they have already given the, you can say, rights up in the corner of that, and they were saying that the readers must have to be checked themselves, understood, whatever the information they have given. For example, whenever we open the newspaper, many times what we are thinking that we just get the good ideas or good news about our nations. But what happened from the very first beginning of the page, we get that the news of murder, accidents, robbery, theft, etc. So what we can do? We can do one thing, that the one of the best country in the world like Israel. I think so. You have the you can say heard about our ex prime president Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam or Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In his book, he has written that when he visit the Israel, he just take the newspaper of Israel from very first page to the last page. Each and everything was written in good way only, or good presentations. These all negative aspects will be printed onto the last page. So at least we cannot see that, then also it's okay. So it is a great idea that we can say we can write motivational things and motivational ideas and stories to be a first side. So at least people was getting good ideas from that on the early morning. But many times we have seen that, and majority in our newspaper we know that they are you can say spitting the venoms against each other. Same way happen here also. Role of newspaper. The European nations you can say printed hatred among the peoples. Hatred among the peoples in the sense what they were you can say printed. So due to that the peoples get hatred you can say towards each other, or you can say the rival nations. You just see that what with their mutual derogatory, provocative and false writes up. Look at the word false writes up against their rivals. Understood? So people having the hatred around you can say their rival nations. So even the people, those who are sitting on you can say of the leader, or you can say the great person of that particular nation, they are not also able to make the peace and harmony, because that kind of venom already, or you can say false writes up or negative already added into their minds of the people by the European nation. So it's a very bad impact of role of newspaper for the First World War. Now sixth philosophy about war. The sixth factor about the First World War is philosophy about the war. In that I have written three quotations also here, that is written by the German writer. You just see that and you can understand their mentality or their narrow-mindedness about that. First it is written that war is welfare. Okay, youth age kalyan se, that is increase in that people, or you can say that nations. Second is that here the Trotsky, the German writer Trotsky has written this only the mighty deserves to live. It means જે શક્તિમાન હોય તેને જીવવાનો અધિકાર છે. And the last one is that war alone is the national lead. It is written by Nietzsche. Please look at the spelling of it carefully, or pronunciation of that. Nietzsche, the German writer, has written that war alone is the national lead, or you can say need. It means that રાષ્ટ્રની એક જ જરૂરિયાત છે, અને એ છે યુદ્ધ. યુદ્ધ વગર બીજું કશું રાષ્ટ્ર માટે જરૂરી નથી. That is things written by Nietzsche. And war is a sacred work. It means it is considered as a you can say a holy work. Look at that, their mentality or narrow-mindedness for that. So here students we have completed a sixth factor for the First World War. Now how the First World War began, that is the most important thing. So I will tell you that about that. The Prince of Austria and his wife, Prince of Austria and his wife was assassinated by the Serbian organizations, or you can say terrorist organization Black Hand. The name of the terrorist organization, you just see that Black Hand. They were murdered by the Serbian terrorist organization Black Hand. So now Austria, not Australia. Okay, Austria blamed on Serbia to hand over this culprit of Prince Austria and his wife within 48 hours. Send the culprit of this Prince of Austria within 48 hours to the Austria. But Serbia ignoring this about this matter. So without listening anything, Austria declared the war against Serbia. And students, Here it was the starting of the First World War between these two countries, first of all Austria and Serbia. So students, today we have completed this second chapters, this 2 or 3 topics that we have taken. Today we have taken that colonialisms in Asia, colonialisms in Africa, and then we have talked about the factors that caused the First World War. Total 6 factors we have discussed, and finally how the First World War began. Thank you students.